Okay, ladies and gentlemen, people and friends of all ages, this is where we're going to draw the paper bag, right? I'm going to draw the paper bag. As I draw each section, I will hold it up for you to see. As you can see with these darks, lights, all the folds, I have a lighting up at top, right? Up at top, let me point up at top, where it actually brings the lighting down. So in school, we learn to have lighting a certain way where we can practice our perspective of drawing and capture folds. So this is what we call still life. Okay, so we're going to get to drawing. Sorry, as I reset my camera. Just a little bit, touch. Okay, we want to turn the book this way. And let's continue to draw. Well, let's begin drawing. So I'm going to pay attention to the outskirt. It's sort of like a perspective thing, right? Boom. You see that? Right in there. That's what I usually capture. This is what we learn. I've seen artists do this before, okay? Right in there. So let's get to draw. I usually go light. Right now I'm working with a pen. You can work with a pencil. And you can draw it either way. Either way it comes about. And I tell you the truth, I'm not going to get the whole thing, but this is just the beginning. Okay? If I want to do it perfect, I'll definitely have to focus on every precise style and get it to the way that it should be. So as you can see, this is larger than this side. So I go a little bit more larger on the open part. That's where you place the bag in. Now remember, this is a brown paper bag. You can draw it flat, as soon as you get it from the corner store or any store. You can start learning by drawing it flat. But this is a crumbled one that I just had after I got my coffee. And I'm going to do a little bit of the ridges, because these bags have ridges right around there. See? It's just the outside of it. The silhouette. That's what you would call it. Now let's go with, people usually start off with the darks because it holds the situation. I may do that, or I may just come about where I'm easy to get the flow of things already to come about. So I'm going to draw everything light right here. I don't use pencil as much because I'll find myself ready to erase all the time. And this line right here is where this line is going to be. This then is going to come to a fold. And the reason why I'm doing it light and skipping lines is because it can be a break of a fold of the other part of the bag. So we're going to bring this up. And if you guys already know how to draw, you can fast forward. This is for the people who are looking to learn and grasp certain ideas. So I can actually take this into a tradition where it's just a hard outline in all areas, or I can do soft shading, which comes with hyper realism. Now I'm coming right there. But the way I catch it is, if I see this, it's not just going this way or this way, it's coming with a bend. Then it's folding up to this area, because you see there's another fold. then that's where the hard area comes. So the hard area, I usually capture that with a darker line. So it's basically just getting crumbles. And from the previous, it's all about shapes. That's it. It's all about shapes. That little diamond right here is coming from this area right here. Okay. Boom. Drop this down on this side. And hold it up. Come right here. Okay. You can't really see it on my side with this bag over here, but on this side, I'm gonna move this just a little bit. You see that shape? That's where I'm getting all of this from. Okay. So that right there. So since this is the dark area, it's pretty easy for me to capture. Now, I'm not pressing down on the pen because I don't want anything dark. If I was to push down on the pen, see the bag though? But if I was to push down on the pen, right, it'll create a darker effect. But I'm not doing that right now because basically I'm just placing everything in its format. Just getting a basic picture of all things in this, on this bag. So all I'm doing right here is basically keeping a calm mind, just drawing, and if I make a mistake, it's okay. It's okay, you know. Don't crumble your drawing up. You can always save your new drawings as a reference. You know, it's practice, man. It's been drawing paper bags ever since I knew what a paper bag was. Oh, ease. I don't know, I'm just talking crap. But basically, I'm just sketching. That's where everything's coming to play. So now you're starting to see a little bit of the wrinkles. Play with it a little bit. Now I'm getting a little bit darker. So it's basically called something like cross hatching. Because I'm sketching this way, then I'll sketch and shade this way. Okay. I'm going to fold down here. Come around, add some more technique. Shade here, shade down there. Come a little darker. Shade there. That's all I just did. Just paste that. Now we're gonna go with the dark area. So I'm gonna capture this part, bring it around here. So. So that's why people usually go for dark spots, because it's the easiest to catch. Light tones, medium tones is always something to learn. With other objects, so you can understand how to shade. This area is going to be black as black. So it doesn't matter if I'm doing it real fast. Well, I know that this area is going to be black. Or dark tone. So I remember in school when we used to draw these paper bags, and the person would just do this and don't know how to shade the rest and talking about their finish. The teacher would be like, "What is this?" And that was the most funniest part, because I'd be giggling and stuff. But while I'm drawing, I was asking myself when I'm drawing and look at my work, "What is this?" This is pretty funny, man. There were some people who can actually skill this thing, man. It's really cool people out there, man. Cool. Alright, so then that'd be it. Let's get a little light shading. A little light shading. Light shades. Light shades. Light shades. Light shades. So I'm just going along with what I see, because when you take a look at your brown bag, you're actually going to see a dark tone go to a light tone. A dark tone right here, not this part. The dark tone come to a light tone. That's where you capture the image. What I'm doing is just taking the pen and actually brushing the side of it, so it won't give me too much of a dark effect. So I'm not really using the full ball point. I'm basically using the brush tip. And trust me, if I really want this bag to look like this, to look like the still life, man, I'll be on this part for like 1 hour, because it's just the way that the shading goes with it with the pen. But with the pencil is really easy because you can draw, erase, draw, erase, draw, erase. Maybe I should do a video on that one too. Draw, erase, draw, erase. You know? Whoop, get that fly up off the thing. So while you guys were in music class or cutting school, throughout the time I was in high school drawing, you know, this is what we was doing in art class. It's exactly what we was doing in art class. I'll tell you the truth. There wasn't anything else to do. All we had to do was draw everything the teacher gave us and told us to draw. She'll put a a bike wheel, a iron, a cord, Christmas lights, and just tell us to draw. That's it. Draw what you see. Mm-hmm. Draw what you see. Yep. Let's take a look at the process. Just draw what you see. That's it. Mm-hmm. Then sometimes I just leave this area alone and come back to it. Then I'll go somewhere else, like around, let's see, let's go around this side. Boom, bada bing, boom, boom, bada bing. It's over here. Okay. And for some of you guys, like the crumbles of the paper bag can look like baby thunderbolts. Like if you want to do something like that, whatever, you know, broken lines or something. Some people, like me, sometimes actually go off the imagination before we even look back at the still life. To say, yeah, this will actually give the fold to show that there's dimension in the bag. It just comes from practice. So now we're drawing across I don't want anybody coming to tell me, yo, can you do a paper bag? Can you tattoo a paper bag on me? Boy, I would charge you $5,000 just to do a paper bag, roll this detail. But basically, if you really want that realistic look, it's the reason why people go to certain artists is because they can do this. You know, I can do it too, but it comes to a certain extent, a certain price. Say, hey, look, man, I can do it, but it's gonna be sessions, man. This, if I draw paper bags all day and just continue to draw paper bags, boy, crazy. Just throw it in the bag. Ooh, ooh, ooh. One other thing is that you can also have some good music to keep a flow. You know, as far as the tempo. You know, our teacher used to put on opera. And the reason why I keep saying as far as a teacher is because she was one of the best. Her name was Miss Padilla from 113. You know? She'll put on opera, you know what I mean? It's all in the technique. I remember when I came back with my first portfolio from tattooing, all she did was just look at the work. You know, and from there she didn't say anything. So when she doesn't say anything, you already know it's not good. But everybody knows who had Miss Padilla was a hell of an art teacher. (113) Ronald Edmonds Learning Center. Fine Arts and Design. Before that it was Art and Design, but I went when it was Fine Arts and Design. Let's take a look. Almost there. Now, I'm gonna leave this area alone. Let's go down to the dark areas. Because also with the tattooing, when it comes down into shapes, dark areas are done first so that it can hold the stencil. What do you mean by holding the stencil? But when we hold the stencil, like remember if you've seen the tattooist or you see me taking the stencil and putting some kind of ointment on your skin and then applying it and then peeling it off and you see the purple, that's the stencil. Then when we go with the shading, we'll go with dark. You can turn your paper around either other way to see it too. So the dark will actually hold the image, and from there it'll be seen as an outline, a silhouette. Then you throw in the shades. So we're gonna bring it around like right here. The best pen I would prefer also is a Bic Pen. That's it. It's called a Bic Pen. That's it. You go and you get the, like the 20 pens in a box for about $5, and you work with those pens. If you want to try it with the pen, practice your shade work. Let's make this nice and solid since it's the bottom. And we are going to go a little fast from here. Try to straighten it up. Shade work. If I had all my tools, I'll take a Sharpie and just do a straight black around this area. But I'm about patience though. You know, the art isn't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I don't have any appointments today. So I'm just gonna draw. That's it, you know. Happy trees. You know? Enjoy it. Enjoy it. So if somebody comes to me and say, "Hey, I want a money bag," yo, I'm gonna do the sickest paper bag with cash around it, and I'm gonna charge you so much money that you're going to either get it or just say, "Never mind." All right, so we got the base. Just coming in. But at the end of the day, man, if you want to do great artwork, practice, draw. Every great artist says it so that you can learn the shapes, learn the style, be able to know what is in the image so it can capture even one small detail when it comes to tattooing. One detail can mess up the work, even when it comes down to portraits. Yeah, and you've seen them. So throughout the time when I don't have any appointments and I'm booking and all that stuff and nobody responds, I grab out a pen and paper and just go to work. You know, this is how I improve in my craft. I can't sit around and play thumb wars on Facebook. I can't do that. I found out it was a waste of time. Just throw it in the bag. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Increase here. Come over here. Dropping it down. Shapes and sizes and stuff. You see? Fold momentum. There's some folds here. It's all about the wrinkles. See? All about the wrinkles, man. So as you approach an artist, a person who's been doing it for a while, and they say they charge this much, that much, it's the truth. Look at how much time and effort it takes to do this. So when it comes down to half off and all of those things, or you see me promote it, it's just me just to get my artwork out. That's it. Is nothing more to it. There's nothing more to it. I want to do some artwork. You know, I like to create. I like to share. There's people who remember that I used to cut class and stay in the hallways, and the dean or the principal you used to catch me drawing on people. And he used to say, man, just get up and go to class. You know? I used to draw on people. Get a Sharpie, get a marker, and just draw. That's it. It was dope. You know, cute girls, you know. That's it. Draw. And to this day, beautiful people. Beautiful people, man. I like to draw. I like to draw on beautiful people, you know. And not just the looks, but also as far as your character, attitude, and personality, man. Hey, people deserve it, you know. Enjoy it while it lasts. Beautiful people. Brown paper bag. I'm just speeding up in certain areas. So just to give you an idea. You know. So around this area, you see it's dark, light, and dark. So I'm just gonna go light first. Right? I'm gonna go light. Then I'm gonna create a dark right around this area. Then leave this part light. Then I'm gonna create a dark around this area. Right? Not really a dark, just like a medium tone. Then there's light right here, so I'm gonna leave this part right here light. I'm just gonna go shade around it. Then bring out some shades. Bring out some shades. Everywhere there's darks, that's where the bag is mostly crippled at. So just learning negative space. All right, I'm just speeding it up a little bit. Speeding it up. We're almost there. Brown paper bag, right? So this way, and I know that I was told to get an easel to sit it like this, but basically I want you to see the drawing and also see the still life image. Everybody that came out of Miss Padilla class should be fantastic artists. Probably lighten this up a little bit. Get a little dark here, dark spaces. Now I'm gonna make this dark in this area over here, so I can separate it, the darks and the lights. Still life. Just fading it out. Also, around this area is not just light or white. As you can see the horizon, see the table, then you see the red. You can also capture that area. So if that part of the table in the area, right on that area, is black, you want to do it around this area too. This is the reason why everybody telling me to quit my job, because it's just so fantastic. Fantastic. Alright guys, so as you can see, the brown paper bag, of course it can be more beneficial, but that's the style. Every time you're done, you always want to signature it too. 2018. There's your brown paper bag, guys. I can do a lot more detail to make it actually get a nice flow. But this would be like 2 hours, 3 hours. Just give it more wrinkles and show what's in there, out there and stuff. Get a nice little increase. Sometimes also you can stand back. Like the teacher always told us to pull our chairs back and see if we see it, right? So I'll show you. You can see it. This is the close-up image. That's the still life. Are you able to see it? Look both ways. Okay. Then you just go back into it later on. Alright guys, that's your brown paper bag. I'm Sean Tattoo, aka Sean Parker. Tattoo artist. Comments below.